today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be working with cake. So just to give you some context, my daughter is turning 8 next weekend and she's having a birthday party tomorrow for all her friends and they're having a sleepover. And she's asked me to make her a cake. So my daughter Freya is really obsessed with Skittles at the moment. And I thought, what could I do to make her an awesome cake incorporating Skittles that she will be happy with? And I had an epiphany. And I am going to show you the result of my epiphany now. So this tutorial is going to be the ultimate birthday cake hack. And all you parents out there that don't know what to do for your children's birthday cake, you can thank me later. This is going to be super easy and it's going to look super effective once it's finished. So all you're going to need is a cake bought from a supermarket. This was £15 from Tesco. You're going to need some sweets, and I've got a range of different types of Skittles here to use on the cake. You're going to need some chocolate, and I've got 600 grams of milk chocolate here. I've kind of overbought, so you probably can get away with slightly less, but I always like to have more just in case. You're going to need 3 lengths of wire. I'm using floristry wire here because it's quite nice and sturdy. And finally, the very most important ingredient that you're going to need for this cake is a bottle of wine. And I've gone for a lovely Sauvignon Blanc here, but you can choose whatever wine you prefer. So first things first, I need to get this cake out of this box, and I've gone for a bit of a rainbow blue theme here because I thought it would work quite nicely with the Skittle colours. So I'm going to get this out. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put this onto a plate because what we're going to be doing is going to make the cake quite heavy, and I'm conscious that this board's a bit flimsy, so I'm just going to stick this on a plate quickly. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to carefully remove the topping because I want to save this for later. I don't want to completely get rid of it, so I'm just going to carefully take this off. Next, I'm going to take my paper cup and I'm going to make a hole right in the centre with some scissors. It doesn't need to be a massive hole, just something like that, so you've got somewhere for your wire to go through in a minute. I'm going to place my cup on the top of the cake so it's upside down with the hole facing up. Then I'm going to take my floristry wire and I'm just going to wrap these wires around each other, okay, and twist them together. So I'm twisting all the wires together because I want to create a nice, strong base. And it doesn't need to be neat either. It can be really rough and ready as long as they're solid and wrapped together. Next, I'm going to get some foil. I'm going to take my strip of foil and I'm going to wrap the foil around my wires. So I'm going to place my foil down on the surface. I've got my wires here and I'm just going to roll my foil around my wires just to make it a bit more sturdy and give a bit more of a larger surface area to work with. So you should have something that looks a bit like this. So I'm just going to crunch that all down, make it nice and compacted, like so. I'm just going to remove my cup a second. I'm going to push that through the hole that I've made. And then that is then going to slide in nicely inside my cake. Okay, so now we've got this beautiful thing. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to bend this slightly, okay? So it's going off on a bit of an angle. So it looks like that, okay? And you're done. Happy birthday. No, not done yet. So now I'm going to get my chocolate and I'm going to melt my chocolate, so I'll be back in a second. Okay, so I've melted my chocolate and I don't know if you can see, but oh, it looks delicious. 100% licking the bowl out in a minute. So that's going to go there. I've emptied some of my sweets into another bowl here. So I've got a range of different sizes of Skittles. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour myself some more wine because that's very crucial as well. So there we go. Wine and chocolate, ultimate combination. I'm going to move that out of the way. So the next thing you want to do is you want to let your chocolate cool a little bit. You don't want it to be really hot because it'll be too runny. So you want to let it thicken up a little bit, and then once it's at a relatively kind of gloopy consistency, you want to start taking your sweets, and we're going to just pop a little bit on the back. I'm just going to attach that around the base of our floristry wire and foil. So I'm going to add a few more of these in. And what you'll find is that as the chocolate hardens, this will all stick together really nicely. So I'm going to keep adding these now, gradually building up all of the sweets until I've covered everything, and I will be back in a second. Right, so I've added all of the Skittles now onto my cup and onto my wire frame. So the next thing to do is I'm going to take my packet and I'm just going to pop a little bit of chocolate just inside, just to help with sticking. Also, just as a side note, you definitely don't need more than 200 grams of chocolate. I think I overestimated when I bought 600 grams. 200's plenty, okay? Save yourself some money. So I'm just gonna put this inside the packet. And there you go, you've gone from a really average, bog standard looking birthday cake from Tesco, and then you've created this Skittles rainbow extravaganza. Admittedly, there isn't really anywhere that we can put candles on it, but she's not going to care about that. She's going to be full of sugar after eating all these sweets, and she's going to be running around like a lunatic. So I really hope she likes it, and please give this a go because it's really straightforward. And when you've got a glass of wine and you're adding those Skittles on with the chocolate, it's actually a really therapeutic process. So have a go at making your own gravity-defying sweetie cake, and I will see you again soon. Take care. Bye.